everyone, this is Lori from the Crafting Auntie. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all having a great day, and I'd like to welcome all my new subscribers and all of those of you that have been with me for a while. So today I was inspired by Bella, I think it's Bella's Crafts, and she's part of Rach and Bella. And she made some tag pockets. And so I kind of did my own little rendition. I didn't follow her measurements or anything. I just kind of decided what I wanted as far as my tag. But I like the pocket idea. So this is the one I put together. And I am using a kit from Angela Kerr, which is Spirit of Christmas. It's her last year's kit. I didn't get a chance to play with it last year, so I thought I would play with it this year. So I have added a topper with lace. I've added a button with some twine, red and white twine through it. Added some lace here underneath this little journal card along with this one. Stitching. I collaged on the main paper. So the paper I'm using out of Angela's kit is this. And it was kind of like a reddish color around it, a little bit different than this one, not much, but a little bit different. And then I collaged on it because I wanted to have some variety. I created this tag. This is just out of her kit. I just backed it on some cardstock, added a tab, and added this dangle with this cute little snowman on here, and added this ribbon at the top with an eyelet stitching as well. So that's the back. And that tucks in nicely. Even if you have the ribbon on here, just help it go inside and it goes in there nicely. And then on the back, I just used one of Angela's pockets. And then I had, this was some of the collaging I did. And all I did was print a couple of sheets out of her paper pack and just cut them to size how I wanted to, and then just collaged. And then these are just two little cards from her kit as well. Backed them on red paper, and eyelets, stitching, and ribbons. And so they tuck in here. I also stitched around the pocket. So lots of stitching, lots of fun stuff on this. So I want to make one with you. Now it's very similar to Bella's, but I'll just give you the measurements that I'm using of the sizes that I made. Now she's doing like a series of a December daily tag thing. It's really cool. So if you get a chance, go over and check her out. I am new to her. I did not know she was on YouTube. I always wondered who Bella was on Rach and Bella. So I found her and she's lovely. Okay, so let's get started. So the paper size, I wrote things down on here. So the cut size is 7 1/4 by 9 3/8. And then you will score, and this is on the 9 3/8 side, you will score at 1 3/8, 5 1/8, and then 8 inches. So that is all that is to this. And then I'm just going to fold it. So I'm going to fold this over here and fold this over here, and then do the last fold here, and then this is what creates the pocket. So this is what I came up with. I'm sure it's a little similar to hers. I don't know about the dimensions. I didn't write her dimensions down. So that is what I have right now. So the main thing I want to do first is I want to cut a notch here before I put anything else on there, because I found that it was a little difficult to do once I had all of the collage on. So I'm going to go ahead and do the notch, and then that way I can trim it out. So all I'm doing is eyeballing it. I'm trying to center it, and I'm not going in very far. You can kind of see a little bit. And hopefully, yeah, see, it just gets a little tough. So that gives us our notch. That's going to give us our help to get into the pocket. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue down these flaps, and then we're going to go ahead and do some collaging. I have not collaged in a while, and I enjoy it a lot. Okay, Art, let's give you a little help here. And I enjoy collaging because it is relaxing, and I love watching others do collaging too, just to get ideas. So Gail Agostinelli and Barbara 49 Dragonflies, yeah. I love watching the collaging. So I haven't done it in a while. Been working on some different projects and design team projects, so I thought, I want to do a little bit of collaging. I wanted some variety on this too. And I love the way Bella had kind of done hers with a variety of papers, and they just looked very festive. So that part I really, really liked. Well, I like the whole thing. Okay. So now what I want to do is crease this down really good. And then I'm just going to use a glue stick. I'm not a fan of glue sticks typically, but it works pretty good for collaging, and I'm stitching around this whole thing before it gets completely closed up. So I just cut tore some pieces with my ruler, various sizes, and I'm just going to start placing what I think will fit. I am not inking at all. I'm just going to go ahead and put them on and see how it turns out. I like this glue stick. If I am going to use a glue stick, I do like this one. This one is called Scotch Create, and it's really it seems to be a good sturdy glue stick. Just make sure you just don't go too far over the fold edge, and that way you can put you won't have any problem when you go to stitch on this or anything. It won't pop up either if it goes over to the other side. So that's all I'm being careful about. And I think I'm just going to tear this down a little bit more and have a small piece here. I don't need a big piece, and I don't need a lot of color on it. So I think I'm just going to go with this. Okay. I'm just going to collage both sides and just give it some character. So do whatever you like. Let's see. Let's put this up here. I'm not trying to take a whole lot of time and, figure it all out first. I'm just going to roll with it. And sometimes that comes out the best for me. Okay, and I think we'll put this piece, that actually works perfectly right there. So let's do it. I'm enjoying doing Christmas. Last year, we lost our mom at just before Christmas. And so, yeah, I didn't get a chance to do much more. And we took a trip up to Oregon because my mom lived in Oregon with my sister and her husband. So we took a trip up there, and yeah, I didn't have time to do any more, nor was I in the right frame of mind. And when I came back, I just needed to move on. So I'm enjoying it this year. And she loved Christmas, so honoring her at the same time. Make sure I don't put glue too far on this over so that it doesn't glue to the pocket. And then what I'll do is I'll trim that. So all of this will just get trimmed off. Just want to make sure it's down good, especially in the areas that won't get stitching. So I think I'm going to run my bone folder over all of this just to make sure. It doesn't take long to do this collaging. I was really glad I went ahead and did it. I like this down here. So I'll turn this over. It's getting sticky. I love this little phone booth. Very cool digitals. Yeah, so check out Angela Kerr too. I'm sure you have already. She's been around a while, and she's just a sweet, sweet gal. Always happy and sharing what she loves to do. I'll trim that down a little bit. It's going to be so big. There we go. Do you guys like to collage? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about some of the things that you may like to do. Let's see. Let's trim this down again, and we'll just use a strip of it. Right there. So one of the things, I've been really busy in my craft room preparing and doing design team projects, because I just love doing the design team projects for Polka Art Studio, and now also for Carolyn Musings for her Etsy shop. And finding that, yeah, I'm not having enough time to prepare and worry about the next video I have to make. So for myself and for to be able to really prepare and do justice for each of the design team projects, I'm probably only going to do one video a week, but I may do a few more shorts. And I've been doing shorts just on projects that I've already done, so maybe I'll come up with something as far as a quick short of a tutorial that wouldn't take a long time, or just smaller videos, maybe silent ones, you know, that where I voice over, something like that is kind of what I'm thinking. So anyway, that's probably going to be happening rather quickly so that I can continue to support and do a good job for those gals, because I just love their digitals. Carolyn's, she has gorgeous digitals, and several of hers, a lot of hers, are centered around Christ, and so that is just really something I am passionate about, because I do love the Lord very much. And so I do love that. And Polka Art, sure, her digitals, she just has gorgeous ones. And so to do them honor and to be able to do some fun stuff for myself, I'll probably be cutting down. And I know I used to do 3, and then I went down to 2, and now to 1, but you know what? It's just whatever makes you happy, you need to do. Okay, so the collaging is done. Love it. Absolutely love it. So I'm going to ink it up first. I'm using Walnut Stain Distress Oxide. I just think that makes the edges and everything pop out a little bit more. So we'll ink this up. And then I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, and I'm going to do the stitching around the tag. So I did stitching where the half circle is punched, and I did the stitching all the way around. So I want to do that on this one. And then we can start decorating it and finishing it up. Now let me show you some of the things before I go off and do that I prepared to go into this. So I've already prepared the tag. Again, this is another one from the kit, Angela's kit. Just backed it, added this lace and this button. And then I have this pocket that I sewed around. Isn't that a cute pocket? I have a tab that's going to go on my tag here. And then just basically like that with some lace. And then these would be the cards that would tuck in the back. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at those little girls. They're so sweet. I just love them. So that's what I have prepared. So when I come back, we can start putting that on and getting this tag put together. All right, stitching is done. So I've stitched here, and then all the way around. I did not stitch down here or here either because I didn't want it to weaken the fold at all. So let me just trim off. I'll leave just a little bit of these hanging, but we'll trim off a lot of this. I like having some of the threads hanging out. They don't have to be too long, but a little bit. And if you don't like that, just trim them all off. So it doesn't matter. Okay, so now that we've got this stitched and ready to be glued together, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to use my art glitter glue, and I'm just going to be generous because we have the threads here. So we want to make sure that that is going to secure down, which is why I also have the clamps. So if we just clamp this together, press it down and clamp it. These clamps are amazing. They're actually sewing clamps, and I saw them on Angela Kerr's channel, and these are just perfect for this kind of thing. So just make sure that that's secure. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and let's do our tab. So this is just from, I believe this is from chapter 3 of Tim Holtz. It was one of his die sets. And I just cut a bunch of these and had them in a container that I keep some of this stuff in. And so the plan is I want to just glue this on here like so, and then we'll add a eyelet, and then we will add a charm. I have some of my Christmas charms out, so let's go ahead and do that and get this ready to go. And just put it on wherever you think you might want it. So I also want to make sure it's going to be in that area here. I think that will be fine. And then I have these eyelets, and I have these charms. So the other one, we used a snowman. Let's see, I have, and I want a vintage color one. So I have some trees. So we've got a few different ones of these, and some are really small, which might be ideal, but I think a little too tiny. This one, I'm kind of thinking this one would be cute. So let's go with that. And let's go ahead and punch a hole. So I'm using the large setting, and I'm going right down low to the bottom because I want my charm to hang well, but don't go too far because then you may not have your hole in the right spot. Now these eyelets that I have are great price on Amazon, but they're just a tad bigger. So just carefully take your pencil and just open that hole up a little bit. I love the colors that come in this set. So you get several colors. You get the vintage. I like this dark color here, and you get gold, and then you also get silver. So I'm going to use one of these vintage looking ones. And then let's go ahead and press this down. So we have that. And they're really easy to press too. And then let me just grab one of my bulb pins. And put that on there and secure it onto our tab. I think it's fun adding a little charm. And then just make sure it's hanging the right way. We'll come back to this. Let's go ahead and work on the front. So the front, I want to put this. I think that would look cute there. And let's add some trim. So I have this. This is from Hobby Lobby. I like this trim. It's really pretty. And I think this time we'll add it so it hangs down just a tiny bit. So let's just cut a piece. We can trim it off afterwards, and let's go ahead and cut a piece for here as well. Right here. Okay. So this does have a right side and a wrong side. I'm going to make sure we got the right one. I think we'll do this and put her up there, and then this one, raise it up a little bit. Let me just trim some of this off here and here. Let's see if that works better. That's the back side, this is the front side. And then I can put that there. That'll work. For this, I'm going to use Fabri-Tac because of the lace. Sometimes the Fabri-Tac gets a little sticky and gooey, so you can use some acetone on it to kind of thin it out again. I haven't had much luck, so I've started buying the smaller bottles because I thought it would be easier, wouldn't have so much waste, and easier for me to get through the bottle without wasting it. Okay, so I'm going to glue this straight down. Again with Fabri-Tac. It's the best for this kind of lace or fabric, specifically for that. And let's just put that in place. Hold that down a little bit. And let's do this one. Add the lace. And glue that on like that. And then add the glue and glue it down. And let's put her right about there. Isn't she pretty? I love these beautiful children in here and families. Okay, so that's our front. Make sure this is down really good. Now we can add our pocket to the back. I'm going to go ahead and use Fabri-Tac because I already have it out. Trim that off a little bit. And then I'm going to add glue to the sides and the bottom. And then get that put in place. Just like that. I love the variety that we have with the collaging on here, so that really made a big difference. Okay, we are almost there. Let's see. We need to make a topper for this, and I'm going to put it on that. So we'll use that. And then we also need some same lace. So let me just cut a piece. So I'm thinking, yeah, that should be enough. All right, so this we'll put up here, and then we'll add the button. Oh, and one other thing that I didn't do before I stitched, and so I need to take care of that and restitch it, is the corner. I can't believe I almost forgot that. I think we can manage it. Make sure you do this beforehand. Okay, I'm going to do a little stitch. Wow, I can't believe I almost forgot that. So make sure you do that ahead of time, but I was able to stitch here and here. So it worked out okay. May not be perfect, but that's okay. And sometimes we have these days. You know, it's not like everything goes perfectly for us. Okay, let's put this, let's see if we can slide. Yeah, this slides in much nicer. And then let's go ahead and let's put our topper on. Let's take this back out and let's add our topper. Add a little bit of glue here in the center, and I'm just eyeballing it again. And make sure I got this going the right way. And then flip it over, and let's do the same thing. I think I may have too much. Yeah, let's cut off some of this. Oops. Okay. Let's try that again. That there. And this here. Like that. And then we can add our button. Okay. To make sure that this stays in place good. Just gonna press that down. Okay, so while that is drying, let's flip it over. And we can tuck in our 2 tags. This squirrel, this one, right there. And I want to make sure that all is dry here. And then this tucks in here. And just be careful with the ribbon. Just kind of lift it up and help it along to go inside there. Nice and snug. Perfectly. Like so. There we have it. Perfect. Just like that. Oh yes. So here's our front. Here's our back. You could add something here if you wanted to, but I'm happy with it. Here's our dangle, charm. So here's our 2 beautiful tags using Angela Kerr's kit, Spirit of Christmas from last year. Just love them. Just love them. I'm doing a journal on my own, a Christmas journal, with a couple of friends that I've been teaching to do junk journaling. And so when we get together, I can add these into my journal that I'm working on. Just love these little girls. They're so sweet. See if we can get their little sweet faces peeking out a little bit. Can't have them both, but that's okay. And then this is our tag that we can pull out. And you know, you can get creative. You can add stickles to some of this. I also use the resin. You can use the resin on this. I'm not going to do it on these at this moment, but that doesn't mean that I might not come back and do it later. So there is our 2 tags. I notice I did not ink this, so let's just do that. Gotta make sure that they're looking good. And there's our little snowman. Okay, so that is our video for today. Hope you guys enjoy it. Maybe you'll give this a shot. Go check out Bella. I'll link her YouTube channel. Okay, that's it for today. You guys all have a great day. God bless you all. See you soon. Bye.